as armed forces of the Philippines plans to shift its defense posture from internal to external, which aims to defend the nation against external threats, especially in the face of China's increasingly aggressive actions in the past year. With this, the relevance of the 15th Strike Wing is in question, considering its current capabilities are only for close air support for ground forces, which is only relevant if the country's enemies are inside the Philippines. Currently, the 15th Strike Wing is pushing to modernize its forces by acquiring new assets to replace the OV-10AC, M Bronco and SF-260TP Warrior fixed-wing aircraft, and the MD-520M G Defender light-armed helicopter. So far, the Philippine Air Force has been successful to insert the acquisition of additional Embraer A-29B Super Tucano light attack aircraft as part of the Horizon 2 continuation phase of the Horizon 3 phase. 15th Strike Wing current fleet is composed of the T-129B Attack, AH-1S Cobra, AW-109E Nighthawk and MD-520M G Defender attack helicopters, as well as the A-29B Super Tucano, OV-10AC M Bronco and SF-260TP Warrior, which are deemed to be useless in the anti-shipping role due to their lack of anti-ship missile capability. They also lack the range to conduct air strikes outside the Philippine mainland due to lack of range and not being ideal platforms for such a role. The only missile in the market that the Super Tucano can utilize for anti-ship roles is the Rafael Sea Breaker missile from Israel, but again its warhead is small, which is only 113 kilograms and may not be enough to significantly damage warships like corvettes and frigates, more so on larger ships like destroyers, cruisers, and amphibious assault ships. While the A-29B Super Tucano can be tweaked to allow the use of AGM-65 Maverick air-to-ground missiles, the missile itself is useless for anti-shipping due to its lack of range to allow aircraft to avoid naval air defenses, the small warhead of 135 kilograms for AGM-65G2, and not sea skimming or have any features to counter ship defenses. Max Defense Philippines suggests that the Philippine Air Force should divert some funds intended for the acquisition of Super Tucano to acquire 12 Tagis Mk1A or Mk2 and instead only procure 6 more Super Tucanos to allow the formation of a complete squadron of 12 aircraft. So why Tagis? And not F-16 Viper, JAS-39 Gripen, or KAIFA-50 Fighting Eagle? First of all, Tagis is the only one that is cheap enough to allow a squadron to be acquired with the budget allocated for additional Super Tucanos. It can fire the Brahmos NG supersonic anti-ship missile, 2 missiles per aircraft, and can even conduct limited air defense to support in air defense operations. Second, while both F-16 Viper and JAS-39 Gripen have anti-ship capabilities, both are expensive platforms and at the same time, their primary mission is for air defense, with anti-shipping as a secondary role. Lastly, the KAIFA-50 Fighting Eagle, even its Block 20 variant, does not have certification to carry and fire any anti-ship missiles in the market, and the new supersonic anti-ship missile being developed by South Korea for the FA-50 and the KF-21 Boramae are still years away from production, as its development is still ongoing. If the 15th Strike Wing wants to remain relevant in territorial defense operations, it should give up acquiring too many Super Tucanos and attack helicopters, and instead, it should start looking at how to build a force that can become a threat to Chinese warships in the West Philippine Sea.